has been given in the 3 sentences. The project contracts the customer. Project has got the name, project name, description, starting date of the project, which is very important, which is to be noted. Now activities has got the many tasks. So the activity name, the description of the activity, then starting date of the activity, and the how many hours are required to do the activity. The deliverable things is there. That deliverable things, what are the deliverables will be given from the activity. So this is a project contracts a customer, and this is the example. Now the next one is now we will see the next one, that is extended part of it. So the activity, second part, the activity, nothing but the so part of the task is a part of the activity. This is description, starting date, we already seen it now. Worker assigned to the task, and then worker has got the skill and requires the task requires the skills. Now this is a simple diagram where the constraint has been satisfied. A task may only be assigned to worker who has the required skill. This is very important. The common thing has been shown here. So the common thing is that it has to require the skill. This example, a complete example, we can see now the skill level. The worker task has got the assigned to the worker, and the worker must have a skill, and it has to have a skill. And when you want to have a skill, then there should be a skill level. What is the level of that skill? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have assigned a level of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a level, and rate multiplier, real numbers, that is maybe the multiplication of that skill to the rate multiplier. That is what is the skill rate of that person, the worker who is going to do the work in the project. So as you go forward in the project, the worker will be more skilled and more skilled when you multiply it as per the time. So if you multiply it to the level, so the rate, if you multiply the rate, and then you will see that into the time, you will see that the worker will get a more and more authenticated skilled worker. You can see the more and more skilled worker. So it's task assigned to the worker, worker's name. Now salaried worker and hourly worker, which we have seen already. Salary, real part of that is the real real data type. Vacations days for salary worker, hourly workers do not have the that is the vacations, hourly wage, and then we have defined it as. So example, next that is time spent on the task. So the starting date and ending date, the time, how many hours are required to have assignments. So task assigned to the worker, how much time has been given to the worker, how much time has been assigned to the task, but how much time has been taken by the worker to complete that task. So they draw the object diagrams to clarify the class diagrams. So we have determined the attribution. We have gone through the fourth step, analyze the written requirements. Now the last steps to analyze the written requirements, draw the object diagrams to clarify the class diagrams. Now this is the class diagram. Time is given. Starting time 23rd of January 2010 at 8 am, and then end of the January, that is 2018, that is 6 o'clock at night in the evening. So hours will be 4.2, assignment, and then task is the develop the class diagrams. Worker will do that, and the name of the worker is a match. So we have done it, the first steps. Now determine the system's use cases. Use cases are having the two parts. These actors represent the user of a system. It may be the user, human users, or other systems or devices, or any node, or any electronics part, or any machines are also being called as actors. So use cases are represent the functionality or services provided by a system to its users. So we got the use case diagram now of the time and resource management system. So TRMS, resource manager. This is a completely different one. So we have got the project manager and resource manager, worker, system administrator, and backup system. So these are the nouns. These are the objects of the time resource management systems, TRMS, where resource manager manages the resources, worker has got the log time, system administrator has to administer the system, and he has to put its value into the backup system. He has to take the backup of the project, manage the projects. Project manager has to manage the projects. So this is a system of the use case diagram of the TRMS. So resource manager use cases. Now we will see one by one the use cases. Resource manager use cases. The resource manager has got add the skills. You can add the skills of the worker, remove the skills of the worker, find the skills. If it is not